Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it would be remiss of me if I were not to make a contribution, albeit short, to this discourse. But before doing, Mr. Speaker, I crave your indulgence to permit me to express my heartfelt gratitude to the people of Castries Central, on whose doors I've knocked 5 times during the electoral process. And on every occasion I seek to have them to open that door, they did it with minimal resistance. So I want to thank them, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank all of those who participated one way or the other. Team RF, my mayor, my PS, my line staff, CCC staff, NHC staff, everybody who in one way or the other gave me the level of encouragement that was necessary to combat that onslaught that seemingly took place on a daily basis, Mr. Speaker, on my character. But at the end of the day, Mr. Speaker, they returned the verdict. And that verdict returned on December 1st, 2025, is full of records, Mr. Speaker. One which the Honorable Prime Minister has already spoken to. One ballot box with 4 votes. Another one that was a record, a political meeting with 3 people and 2 dogs. Then we had, Mr. Speaker, 81% of the votes. Then we had a victory by over 4,000 votes. Over 4,000 votes, Mr. Speaker. 81% is a member for Library. 81.2, I stand corrected. The member for Grosile, 4,000 vote margin, Mr. Speaker. But, Mr. Speaker, it would be remiss of me not to bring my own accomplishment into the fold. Because ever since adult suffrage that came by in 1951, no member, no politician has won Central Castries by over 1,000 votes, Mr. Speaker. And I delivered that on December 1st, 2025. They sent 1, it wasn't enough. They sent 2, Ipatease. I told them, Mr. Speaker, next election, send 3, 4, or 5. And at the end of the day, the only person to be alive is your humble servant standing right here. So I want to thank all the people of Castries Central, Mr. Speaker. Record breaking, led by a man who has stirred the ship, who has taken the economy of this country from the doldrums, the precipice of mismanagement, and now we are enjoying an economy, Mr. Speaker, that caters for all and sundry throughout the length and breadth of St. Lucia. His leadership is second to none, and I do believe, as a collective, we owe him a resounding round of applause. Mr. Speaker, as it relates to the VAT-free day, I want to make something a little clearer. Participation, whilst the government has taken that step, participation in the VAT-free day is voluntary. It is not something that the government is imposing on the business community. One would understand, Mr. Speaker, with the implementation of VAT, that certain adjustments have been made to the points of sale system to allow the automatic calculation of VAT on goods purchased. Invariably, with a VAT-free day, the converse needs to be done, and the internal mechanisms have to be readjusted to ensure that VAT is not calculated on the goods that are sold VAT-free. So I urge our St. Lucians, Mr. Speaker, before walking into a supermarket or a grocery store or any of the business places, ensure that that establishment is one of those participating in the VAT-free day. Because, like I said, it's not an imposition. They have adjustments to make. And some businesses invariably will not participate. I urge St. Lucians, go out with expectations, but ensure that the business that you are patronizing is one that is involved and is participating in the VAT-free day. I just wanted to make that clear, Mr. Speaker. I think that's the extent of my contribution, apart from asking all my colleagues the new Minister of Agriculture. You know, Mr. Speaker, the member for Castries East is a mystery. And he really can't be read, Mr. Speaker. Breaking records left, right, and center. Everything he does first. And today, Mr. Speaker, we have the first female Minister of Agriculture in our history. I know she will deliver, Mr. Speaker. I know she will deliver. If I had my way, I would have probably made her the face of tourism. But I don't. But Mr. Speaker, that having been said, I want to thank all of those who assisted me in doing what had to be done. I want to thank, like I said, all of those. I've already mentioned a lot of names. I want to wish my colleagues in particular, I want to ask them to manage expectations. The sad thing is, Mr. Speaker, the trajectory on which you enter the political arena is a constant until you win. When you win, it dives downward. Why? Because persons give you a very, very short time to deliver. That is a fact. The demands will be coming left, right, and center. And some of them, if within 2 or 3 weeks you're unable to give them what they want, they will no longer have a liking for you. And they would say, so we have to manage expectations. As an old fox, Mr. Speaker, I know how to do that very well. But I'm asking the new ones to ensure that promises are not made, because the very ones who voted for you today are the ones who would hit you very, very quickly because they believe you are taking long to deliver. Manage those expectations. That having been said, Mr. Speaker, I want to wish the people of Castries Central and the length and persons throughout the length and breadth of St. Lucia a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. My colleagues, their partners, the children, grandchildren, those who have mothers, fathers, a very Merry Christmas, a prosperous New Year, and I hope we can work as a collective towards the continued upliftment of this country, that it maintains the trajectory, and economically we will be the envy of the rest of the Caribbean. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.